Morning everybody. Brewing today. We're going to do Irish Red Ale out at Bible. You've seen me brew it before, but I thought while I was brewing that I could concentrate a little bit more on hopcat, because you've seen me brew this ale before. Only difference is I normally do a 23 litre batch. I'm doing a 40 litre batch today, and quite simply, I don't know how other people scale recipes up. Well, I know a lot of you will use Brewer's Friend or Brewfather, something like that. But one of the easiest ways, if any of you have got this book, there's a section in here just on volumes, and there's quite an easy about the recipes, page 84, and it tells you if your recipe is for a 23 litres, how to go on and multiply it up. And it's quite simple. If you want to brew 30 litres and your recipe is for 23 litres, you divide 30 by 23 and it's 1.3, and then you multiply all your ingredients by 1.3, including your hops. So with me doing a 40 litre batch, all I've done is I've divided 40 by 23 and then multiplied everything by whatever that answer is, and I've done it 2 or 3 times now and it works a treat. It's just a quick, simple way of scaling things up a bit. So I've got where are we? Sparge water heating up in there, and I'm just doing that through Inkbird, and I'm just about to turn my hopcat on, so I'll take it over there and show you what we do with hopcat. Now there's a manual side and a side you can preset programs. I'm just going manual, it's easier, it's a doddle. So we'll get it switched on and we'll start brewing. Right, just before I turn it on, I'll just give you a quick look so that everybody knows what a hopcat is. It's an all-in-one brewing system, and we'll get it turned on in a second and I'll show you what's what. So that's his on button there. The other button there's for the pump. So the first screen that meets you, it's showing you what the temperature is of the water I've put in, and it's 16.6. You've got manual side and auto side. We're going to be on manual side today, so press manual and you'll see the power is flashing at 3000 watts, so we'll leave it at that. We want as temperature, so we'll click temperature and we're going for 65 degrees. So we're already at 65 degrees, that's from last time I did it. But you just, quite simple, up or down. So we're at 65. We then go to timer. The timer will start flashing. That's at 60 minutes, as it was from time before. So we've got us power, we've got us timer, and that's telling us temperature. So now we just press start, and you'll see we've got a H flashing, which is indicating that it's heating up. We just have to wait now for that to heat up, and I'll come back and show you next step. Right then, while that's heating up, to speed process up a little bit, we've got a recirc pipe which is flexible, bendy, and there's a hole in top of the lid, and it's just a case of, oh, I need to bring that down a bit. We just attach that in there. In fact, I'll show you with lid off first. Turn this pump on where I showed you that switch, and then just open this valve up, and we're now recircing, and that is adjustable. You can control flow with that valve on side. We'll leave it fully open for now. Just turn it off, put it through that hole, turn that back on, and we just let that recirc through now, so it's heating up a little bit faster, getting to temperature a bit quicker, and then we'll be ready to dough in with his grains. Right, so you'll have just seen us come up to temperature, and all I did when I press that button, that just pauses your program. So it's paused at a minute so I can dough in. But if I just tilt you down, I didn't really show you anything inside, did I? This is the grain basket, and if you can see, there's hooks on the side, and there's hooks at top here as well, and we just have that hooked in. Like I said, that pipe's adjustable, and we have this little nut that goes over the top, which that will stop any of your grains going down your pipe and then getting into your pump. So we'll get doughed in, and I'll come back to you. Right, because we're now recircing as mash, we don't need all that power to keep it up to temperature. So we're going to take that down to 15 and carry on with his program. It's just gone up a little bit, that'll come down in a minute. It tends to just go up a point or two and then come back down. So we'll come back in a bit. So right quick, I just thought I'd show you colour of the mash as we've started. Very cloudy and pale, and as we go along towards the end, I'll show you again to show you how it changes colour and clears out slightly. And we're now recircing, and as you can see, if that focuses, it's just starting to run back down that overflow. So we'll leave that to run for an hour and then we'll come back. Right, as mash is finished, so I'll just show you the difference in wort now. a lot darker and clearer. So we'll turn that pump off. And we're going to sparge now. So I'll set camera up and show you how I go about sparging. Right, so when I sparge, I have some steps there, and it's just a matter of taking this pipe out and lid and put these over here, and we have handle, and inside your grain basket you've got 2 holes, and it's just a matter of lifting it up and then hooking it on the, you remember them hooks I showed you, there's some at top, some at middle and some at bottom. We're going to put it onto middle ones. And you lay that now, trickling through, and all I do is just jug full. And we just do that till we get us volume that we want, and this will take maybe 20 minutes, just steady. So I'll come back to you when I've got this stage done. Right, just a quick note, if you can hear or not hear, you can't hear it dripping through now. That's because my volume in my kettle now has reached bottom of my grain basket, so I now need to lift it up so it's on highest clips, you know, clips on bottom. And you can hear that running through again now. Now I want 48 litres, so I've still got a little bit more to go. But what you can do while you're sparging, which I've already done, I've gone back to my control panel and I've set it to boil and set it boiling. So this 20 minutes or so that I'm sparging, it's not wasted time. You're actually bringing it up to boiling while you're sparging. Just knocks 15 minutes off or something like that. So we'll carry on with this and I'll come back to you at some other point. Right, we've now got us 48 litres, so we're just going to transfer this out and into this bucket, and we're at 83 degrees, so we're not too far off boiling, and then we'll get us first hop addition in. So we'll just put a hop spider in, and I always use these. I don't like the idea of having loose bits, or should I say, I try to minimise the amount of loose bits I've got floating around in it, and there's less chance of them getting dragged through into the pump. So we'll just let that come to a boil and we'll chuck us first hops in. Right, so while that's just coming up to a boil, just thought I'd take this opportunity, just 2 minutes, just to show you what fermenter I'm using, because I'm doing a 40 litre batch. Choices I've got is either split it into two 20 litre batches using a 5 gallon bucket, or I've got a 60 litre fermenter. Tap on bottom, and good thing about these taps on these, you screw your main body in, and then the tap part can still twist, and it's just lower when it's there, it's just lower than bottom, so you can't sit it on floor. So you just turn it like that and you're good to go. Massive wide opening to which this is your lid, and you'll see in there's a seal, so it's just a case of sitting that in, and you turn that down a bit. Your seal is in the inside, and then you get a big locking collar that screws down, and you lock it off, and it comes with quite a big 2-piece airlock, red cap. Just slide it in, screw it down, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm pretty sure you could get some tubing just to fit in there, and you could get a blow off tube on that quite easy. I have got another one of these on order. I really do like them, and they're not that expensive. This were under £50 from Brew UK. So if you're doing bigger batches, you don't want to go to stainless steel big fermenters. Well, I know most of us would like to go to them, but they're a bit expensive. I am hoping to go that way eventually, in a while, but for now 2 or 3 of these will do me for when I'm doing 40 litre, well, out bigger than a 25 litre batch, because really most of the time now, if I'm brewing on here, unless it's a bit of an experiment, as in it's a 23 litre batch I've never tried before, I'll do a 23 litre batch. Most of the time now, I'll do a double batch. I'll do 40 litres or 50 litres. So we'll see. I haven't given you a recipe yet. I will do at end of video, and I'll do it again when I do a taste test of it. So we'll get this boiling and get us hops in. Right, so we're boiling. We've got us first hop addition in. Protoflock for last 15, and as flame out addition, and we've got us tilt sanitizing, and we've got us fermenter sanitizing. So we just steady away now, fellas. We'll do a bit of cleaning up. Go empty my grain basket, and I'll come back when we're finishing his boil. Right, just finished its hour, flame out. So it's his last addition. and at 15 minutes to go we put water chiller in, and I dropped a Protafloc in. So now they're in. I'll turn the water chiller on, start cooling, and come back when we're filling a fermenter, and that's it. Right, that's it, we've done. We're just dropping it down into fermenter. I tend to use my tap, I don't pump it out, because of previous brews, when I've dropped it from tap, there's quite a thick layer of trub and stuff in the bottom. Well, if you pump it, you're going to pump that straight in and end up with, I'd sort of lose a couple of litres and have it clearer in my fermenter to start with. Ended up with 44.5 litres in my kettle, so I'll end up with about 39 litres, 39.5ish. Drop that in. I'm using some harvested yeast that I've just been warming through, which that's another thing I'm going to be going into a bit in more depth. I've got a stir plate and some other bits to do with yeast harvesting coming, I think, and I'm going to start and harvest my yeast and make starters. Anything over 23 litres I'm going to do a starter, because you're only using an 11 gram pack. Messing about with two of them. I've been harvesting US-05 now since before Christmas, and I ain't had a problem. I could clean it a bit better and wash it a bit better, but it's still doing job. So, and I'm not getting no off flavours or anything as yet. So we'll see how that goes. So it's just a matter of dropping it in there, yeast in, then putting it in my chamber. But I mean, whether we're having, it'll be alright just in there, we know, switched on. I forgot to give recipe out in this, so I'll put it in description below. I'll put 23 litre recipe and I'll put 40 litre recipe, and I'll catch you for a taste test. Catch you next time.